In a world of instant gratification with dopamine at your fingertips at all times, life can quickly become boring, unrewarding, and depressing. It's almost as if they want you to fall into this cycle. This cycle of staying up late, drinking beer and playing video games, then waking up and rushing to work, feeling like complete shit, dragging yourself through the rest of the day just so you can get home and repeat it all over again. I've noticed myself starting to slip into this cycle as well, and it's terrifying because once you get into it, it's painfully difficult to break out. I've been trying to do some research on what I can do to prevent this, and everywhere I look, I see mentions of a professor from Stanford named Andrew Huberman,
and I'm a professor of neurobiology and ophthalmology at Stanford School of Medicine.
What caught my attention the most is that there's been a recent rise in popularity around the protocols, tools, and routines that Andrew Huberman recommends. And even though all of his claims are backed by science, there's still a lot of people who refute his arguments. I really appreciate all the information he's putting out there, but I'm still a little skeptical on whether or not I would benefit much from doing some of the protocols and routines that he recommends. But the only way to find out whether or not this stuff actually works is to try it for myself. So for the next 7 days, I'll be utilizing his morning routine as well as his daily practices to see if I notice a difference in my overall happiness or productivity.
All right, so it's like 4:35 right now. I'm not really looking forward to this. I was hoping to get out of here like 10 minutes ago, but trying to record everything makes it a little more difficult. I'm going to head over to the YMCA that's right by my house, try to get there by 5 when they open up, get a quick 1 hour workout in. I am going to do 15 minutes of zone 2 cardio to warm up, and then I'm going to do a little bit of weight training today. I think I'm going to do chest and rush out of there and get some early morning sun. And then I just realized that I probably need to go buy some ice for the ice bath that will happen shortly after that. And the sun's not even out yet, so if I want to beat that, I need to go. So let's go.
Although I'm not a big fan of cardio, I actually felt pretty good after my workout. However, I didn't have time to do any strength training because I could see the sun starting to rise a little sooner than I anticipated, so I had to rush out of there to find a good spot to go stare at the sun for a few minutes. I admit I do feel slightly more awake. We're really going to find out how much that ice bath is going to wake me up here in about 20 minutes once I go pick up some ice and get home. Still not looking forward to it. So I really underestimated how much ice I was going to need to fill this tub up and make it ice cold. And it's only in the low 50s. I'm hoping that it'll get into the 40s. So this will be kind of like a warm up, I guess, pun intended. And then tomorrow I'll do it proper because I am a little disappointed that it's not ice cold, but I'm pretty sure that this is still going to be miserable. I'm hoping I don't jump out of there in like 30 seconds crying like a little baby. Oh, that's cold. Oh, I'm already shivering. Oh my God.
I feel like David Goggins like, you don't know me! You don't know me! Break the thermal layer, shake it! Woo! 130. It hurts, dude. Oh.
I've never gotten in the cold water like that before. And that was so intense. And it was still not as cold as it could have been. I definitely have some dopamine going right now. I don't know if I just increased my baseline. I don't know if it was a spike. I don't know if it's the adrenaline, but I actually feel good now. I feel like I've earned a cup of coffee, which I'm gonna go have, and I'm gonna get ready for work because it's time for me to go to work. After my ice bath, I drank my coffee and got some work done. However, after an hour or two of work, my hunger started to get pretty distracting due to my intermittent fasting. My plan was to restrict my eating from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., but today it was pretty difficult. I decided to try drinking some salt water to help hold me over until noon. So I've got my salt water here, and we'll see if this stuff helps. I'm not looking forward to drinking salt water. Oh. All right. Ugh, I'm going to try to finish that. It's almost done. I'll swig it later. So besides just waking up before 5 a.m., working out early, taking ice baths, intermittent fasting, and then waiting a couple hours until I actually have my first cup of coffee, I want to get my baseline dopamine back in check. So apart from all this other miserable stuff that I'm doing, I'm also going to limit my social media time. I'm actually going to remove all social media apps for this 7-day period and just try not to get on that stuff at all. All right, I'm going to get back to work for a little bit, and then I'm going to probably check in before I eat something.
I broke my fast around lunchtime and made sure to include some probiotics with my meal to improve my gut microbiome. Incorporating natural and supplemental probiotics into your diet is something else that Andrew Huberman recommends doing. So I'll be doing that for the next 7 days as well. After eating lunch, I finished up what I was working on for the day and took my dog for a walk.
Well, it's going great. I'm feeling good. Now, when we get to around day 3, day 4, I don't know how I'm going to feel. I was a little bit tired, and that's why I decided to actually go for this walk. Started having that afternoon crash, and instead of having caffeine, because I don't want to drink coffee 6 to 8 hours before I'm going to bed, I decided maybe this walk was a good idea. Getting in some of these sun rays, I'm going to be headed back in. Going to take my son to jiu-jitsu practice later, and then going to have some dinner and just hang out with the family.
So, then, tape on the mouth. I have no idea if this made me sleep better. I will say that I just woke up now with my alarm a little late. So it's 5:07. Right now, I'm going to get up, and I am going to go into my garage and get a little workout in. Yeah, fun times ahead.
All right, there is my 15 minutes of zone 2 cardio. Try to get 5 minutes of sunlight here at the house, but I think after the sun, I'm going to take a nice warm shower, shave my head, and then I'm going to immediately follow up by jumping in a cold bath. I decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone by watering the grass while getting my morning sunlight. Then I set up my ice bath and managed to get it into the high 40s, which felt way colder than it did yesterday. And after 2 minutes of pain and misery, I got out of the ice bath feeling recharged and ready to get to work. So yesterday, when I got a little tired in the afternoon, I decided to go for a walk. But today I'm feeling pretty tired, even though I got 7 hours of sleep last night, and I'm feeling like I kind of want to take a nap. So I thought this would be a great time to try some non-sleep deep rest. So that was nice. It was pleasant. I feel good. I feel great. This is fun. I'm feeling like this challenge is going to get easier and I'm going to get better at it. And who knows, maybe I might even start looking forward to the ice bath. After my NSDR, I wrapped up my workday, took my kids to soccer practice, and then I headed to jiu-jitsu. Whew, there is no better feeling than the feeling of getting out of a jiu-jitsu class with some good technique and some good rolls and not getting injured. And now I'm going to go home and take a shower, do my bedtime routine, tape my mouth shut, put my sleep mask on, and go to bed. Professor Huberman recommends using red light or ideally candlelight instead of bright overhead lights so that it doesn't mess with your sleep or disturb your circadian rhythm. I'm also going to be taking some of the sleep supplements that he recommends, which is often referred to as a sleep cocktail, which consists of magnesium threonate, apigenin, and theanine. Tonight, I'm just going to start off with the magnesium threonate and add in the other two later in the week. Day 3 and 4 were pretty much business as usual. I woke up early, got my workout in, I got my ice bath in. I will say that I did come up with a genius idea that greatly improved my quality of life when it came to my ice bath routine, and that was to start using a trash can that I had sitting around for my ice baths. Other than that, not much else happened on day 3 and 4, but I will say that filming became extremely time consuming, and I think by day 5, things had started to take a toll on me.
Not enjoying this anymore. Waking up early, not getting enough sleep, or I just want to call it quits. I'm not gonna lie. It's so close to being over that I don't know. That's like probably the only thing that'll keep me in this, because if you just gotta power through it sometimes. This feeling will fade, but if I quit now, that feeling will be a lot worse. The regret of not following through with it. I don't even know where this is going. I'm trying to hype myself up. I just know that I need to get it done because I said I was going to get it done. I think I'm going to try to combine two things at once. I'm going to put on my running shoes. I'm going to go run with my dog to get my 20 to 30 minutes of sunlight in my eyes through the overcast weather. And then I'm going to come back home. I'm going to get in that ice bath. I'm going to enjoy my Friday. I'm going to get work done. I'm going to get through this challenge. I'm going to finish it. And I promise you guys, at the end of this video, I am going to get in the coldest water I've ever been in my life. And I'm going to try to stay in there. Yeah. And I'm going to stay in there for the 2-minute period. I'm going to end this challenge the right way. So let me stop with this self-pity, get my ass off this chair, get outside, and get to it, because we're burning daylight. Let's go for a run. Let's get the dog. Sprinkles! Mr. Sprinkles! Yeah, that's his name. I let a 4 and a 5-year-old name him. Come on, Mr. Sprinkles. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk, Mr. Sprinkles. You know who's really excited about going for a run right now? This guy. That guy's excited. Yes, you are, aren't you? Yes, you are. So yeah, just gonna enjoy looking at the ducks in the water here for a second, let my dog poop, and get ready to go here. So, all right, I'm gonna go get some ice. I'm sweating. I need to open the door. Can I please have 6 bags of ice? I have to admit, using the trash can was a great choice. It made it a little easier to cool down. I didn't have to refill it every time, and it just reduced a lot of the friction that I was having around the ice bath. And being able to remove that friction around the ice bath and making that just a little bit easier really helped out a ton today, and I was able to get it pretty cold. Honestly, I wish I would have thought of this from the start. It's consistently saying 43.5 or 43 in most places, so I'm gonna get in there right now.
Oh, here we go. Oh my God, that's the coldest yet. This was. Is it? Is it a freak head?
3, 2, 1.
Feels like I earned that. I finally warmed up a little bit, but I feel so much better now after the ice bath because I was ready to quit this morning. And now I feel good. Like, that's good dopamine. Doing something super hard, pushing through it, getting it done, and hopefully it makes my baseline a little more normal. But all right, I got a meeting to get to in a little while. For my lunch break, I'll probably mow the lawn and take a shower, and then I'm going to open mat tonight at jiu-jitsu to get that little extra day in. On day 7, I decided to stop messing around with the ice bath and just make it as cold as possible. Can I have 10 bags of ice, please? I promised you 10 bags, and I delivered. 36 degrees is what I'm reading everywhere. I moved the ice out of the way. I'm gonna say that's between 34 and 36 degrees in there. Let's get it. I'm so, dude, I'm shaking. This is as, mentally as hard as the first day was.
This is terrible. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Come on, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. There's nothing. I'm moving around.
No, 5, 4.
I can't even begin to describe how cold that was. I can't even turn the knobs on my things to adjust my camera. I can't feel my fingers. That was so cold. It was the last day. I was 10 bags of ice. This was 100% real. My skin is on fire right now. My fingers hurt so bad. That's where I started to feel it the most, was on my fingers and my toes. So cold in there. But I do feel great. I still feel that super great. I'm out of there. I'm done. I can go have my coffee, have the rest of my day. The rest of my day was great. I did some more NSDR, hung out with my kids, and cleaned up around the house. I went to bed feeling good, excited to finally wrap up this challenge. I gotta be honest, it feels pretty good completing this challenge. Although I was a little overwhelmed at times, overall I was a lot happier and a lot more productive than I usually am. Surprisingly enough, I think the ice baths ended up being my favorite part of this challenge. I definitely plan to continue with those moving forward, although maybe not in the low 30s like I did on the last day. I have to say I did notice a pretty big difference in my energy with the intermittent fasting and caffeine delays. Being out in the sunlight more was also really nice, and I think it also helped with my energy levels. However, I really wasn't a big fan of waking up early. It's just too hard to consistently wake up before 5 a.m. when you have kids running around. I also can't say that I noticed much of a difference with the mouth taping or the supplements, although that does seem to be more of a long-term thing. Maybe 7 days just wasn't enough for that. Another habit that I really want to continue with is limiting my screen time. I'm busy enough as it is, and I've realized how much happier I am when I'm spending time with my wife and kids rather than scrolling for hours on Reddit or Twitter. Obviously, spending more time exercising made me a lot happier as well. That's 100% something I'm going to continue to do moving forward. As for the NSDR, it was alright, although I'll admit I often struggled to stay awake. In my opinion, going out for a walk seemed to work a lot better. For anyone watching this video who is considering doing something like this for themselves, I highly recommend it. Even if you only take on 1 or 2 of these habits, it has the potential to change your life.